Here's the bottom line as far as insurance goes. So this is Amazon's Business Solutions Agreement. So Amazon's Terms of Service. Let's see if you can make head and a tail of this. Now, where is it? Okay, so here's insurance. I'll just highlight that. I'm not going to read it out. I'll let you potentially read that for yourselves. So here's what Amazon says for its own terms of service. So Amazon says, in effect, that you do not require insurance to sell on the Amazon marketplace, business insurance, public liability, product liability, whatever it may be. That's not a requirement to sell on the Amazon platform unless one of two criteria is met. The first criteria is, let's just take Amazon.com. If you're selling over $10,000 a month in sales on revenue on Amazon, and you do that over a 3-month period, so consistently over 3 months, then Amazon requires you to get, I believe it's $1 million worth of public liability insurance. They require that of you. However, they only require that of you when they ask for it. So if you start selling and you suddenly hit $10,000 a month, and you do that consistently over 3 months, and then Amazon has got the right to say to you, hey, where's your business insurance that we want to see? And at that point, it's my understanding that you can just get insurance and show them. Okay, so that is, let's just see if I can just find that. If the elected goes to the United States, oh, here it is, look. So yeah, 1 million Canadian dollars, 1 million US dollars. I'm going to make the terrible assumption it's going to be 1 million Australian dollars as well, if you're thinking about what these are in Australia. Tends to follow the same kind of thing. 1 million pounds in the UK, 1 million euros in Europe, blah, 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 blah. So if you hit that, then they want you to get some insurance, but you'll only require it as and when they ask for it. They will not automatically request it when you hit $10,000. I hope you understand the difference between those. So that's one element of it. That is Amazon's own requirements. But let's shelve that, and now let's talk about you and what's smart for you as a seller. Because I believe that it is prudent to get insurance for your Amazon business in certain situations. So those situations will be dictated by where you're selling and what you are selling. And you could also argue as well on what is your personal financial situation. Okay? So let's just take those each one. So where you're selling, let's start with that one. So if you're selling, for instance, in a country that is litigious in nature, such as America, for instance, then there's a good argument to be made to get some insurance for your products, because America is demonstrably a much more litigious country than, say, Australia, for instance. So there's that element of it. Product. If you are selling products that are more likely to cause harm in some way to a person, and therefore result in some form of litigation against your company, then it makes sense to get some insurance, some product insurance to cover that. So for me, that means 3 categories. Anything that is ingestible in nature, so you shove it in your mouth, or topical in nature, so it's gloop that you put on your skin, or things like the baby category. If I was selling in the baby category, I would definitely get insurance, because if you do anything at all to a child, you're in some serious shit. I would definitely get some insurance if I was selling in the baby niche, for instance. So there's that as well. And in my own business in Australia, of all my products, I have insurance on 2 products, and both of those are ingestible products. So that's how I run things. That's where I'm at with that. Third one is your own financial situation. So if you've got a PTY Ltd company, or you're running your business through a trading trust or something like that, some entity that is, as far as the law is concerned, is treated as a separate entity to you personally, then that will afford you some protection against lawsuits that come after your own personal assets. So if you're running your business for a PTY Ltd or through a trading trust, whatever it may be, then you could argue that your assets, your personal assets, are protected, and thus insurance is not as important because of that. You could argue that, for instance. And again, it would all depend on what your particular situation is. You could also argue as well, I've had this personally happen to me, that if you're selling in another country, it is very costly and very difficult to litigate between 2 countries. So if you get sued by somebody in America and you are personally resident in Australia, for instance, then that litigation is difficult for the suer, the person trying to sue you, the claimant, to go after, and their lawyer will tell them that too. It will be very, very expensive. So there's that to consider too. I know that's not really a great answer for you, but I always think it's good to be smart about the commercial prospects of somebody actually litigating against you, and not just take it as read that you should get something. You should think about it and think through the implications, not only for yourself, but also for the person litigating against you as well. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.